There we go. So let's have a good race today. Sorry that I'm late, but yeah, I just had to deal with some stuff. That's why I was a bit late here. So, hello, how are you doing? I hope you're doing better than me.
Yeah, voice-wise, yes, definitely. I wondered, I knew that there was something different with your voice. You feel a lot more mature and male-ish, I would say. It's definitely suits you well. But yeah, I really hope it doesn't really hurt the throat or whatsoever.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just went from came back home from the gym. So
nice.
Yeah, I'm doing fantastic.
That's very cool. Yeah, gym is always good. I also miss that. I have my surgery tomorrow, but my last couple of days were very stressy. I'd say like that because I did a video and that people want something and I don't know, I just neglected so many things, but the video's done.
Did you cut off your mic?
Ah, yeah, I cut off my mic. Cool, because I just wanted to ping my stream. But hey, there we go. We have Trackmania Formula League coming up.
Yes.
Oh, all very messy. I just hate it so much. Yeah, but it is what it is. And yeah, I hope that the race today will be good. It is race number 9 already. Midnight Splash is the name. I'm currently following Patrosa here and see how he's racing around the track.
Yeah, map made by Kimi, another like well-known mapper in the Trackmania Formula League. It's going to be 39 laps, so we can expect pretty long lap time, around minute, around a minute or minute 5, I would say. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, and minute 7, probably going to go down to minute 6, minute 5.
Yeah, something like that. True that. I was also like stressing out about that, like thinking how long will this be if there's 39 laps, because usually the goal of a race is to be like 45 minutes in length, and here is the case that we have indeed a very, very long track. I think one of the longest. I mean, of course, if there's rain occurring or stuff like that, it will be even longer, but let's not, maybe for some players, let's not hope that, as I'm currently following Danik B. And yeah, he is also driving around here, slide to slide like a roller coaster. Yeah, a little bit of Trackmania Turbo style. I really like that actually.
Yeah, so you were talking about it, like with the weather forecast, we have a 40% chance of rain, and I just had to make sure. I had a theory in mind: is if there is rain during free practice, it's going to be raining during the race. So if we don't have rain during the 11 minutes remaining, means that we are not going to have any rain during the race or even qualifying. And because like they just can't put rain during the race when the free practice was full dry. It's going to be so many mistakes right, left, and center. So yeah. Thank you from the developers of the Trackmania Formula League mode. But yeah, can we expect rain to actually come in the last 8 minutes of this race?
Well, I just
this free practice.
I just think how does rain work here? Because a lot of things are not like exposed to the outside, as you can see. There's some tunnel sections and stuff, so it would not be realistic. But of course, that is Trackmania Grand League. It is not reality. So hey, it is what it is, and I'm currently following Patrosa, and then I was following Rosa here, who's currently on 4th position, and my voice is completely gone. Wait a second, I just have to grab some water. I'll be right back, okay? So
yeah, I'm just going to do the talking. Really, I think we have such a good battle for the championship. Patrosa and Rosa, they are 100 points apart from one another. Then there is a little bit more gap between Patrosa and Dexter in a solid P3. Dexter should remain in that P3, whatever the result he has in the last 2 races that are going to come this week and next week. But yeah, incredible battle. I don't know if you came back, Turbo, but yeah. The battle between Patrosa and Wosile, 100 points apart from one another. The maximum points that you can score on a weekend, given that both players are playing is 144. It's a perfect Sunday, which Patrols had last time in cut off tremendous amounts of the gap, the point gap he had with Wosai.
Yeah, true that. Patrosa had already 3 victories in a row as he's currently entering the pit. Interesting pit entry, I have to say. No set is required and very short. But yeah, Patrosa can win his 4th race in a row today and the perfect Sunday. Maybe he can do it again, and with that we could have a very, very interesting fight again between them. Yeah, as Patrosa right now is in 2nd position, as you've already mentioned. But Wosai is not safe and sound. Let's say like that. Only 100 points between them, give or take. And with one blunder, which I don't see, yeah, Wosai can also like fall behind and go on that 2nd place or drop down to that 2nd position.
Yeah, I think a DNF would really shake everything in the championship, like Wosai DNFing or even Patrols DNFing. He had some problem during the season, like I think it was race 4 or race 3, where he did not finish. He crashed. His game crashed, and he couldn't finish the game in the race, and
true,
therefore explain why Patrols has been so dominant. He has 5 wins throughout the season 3. 5 wins. He's been so dominant. Wosai only has 2, for example. So yeah, this single DNF from Patrols on race number 3 has been detrimental for him. Otherwise, he would be leading the championships.
Yeah, that's incredible. I mean, Patrosa with 5 wins out of 8 races. That is wow. That is absolutely impressive. So he looks ready again. As like as I said, it could also happen to Wosai having a DC or just a bad Sunday. But right now it doesn't look like that because he's on 2nd place. Shorty's behind him. Then we have Sensei, Funky Jug on P5, Danik B, Shadenis, Berserker, Lars, Joey, and then Nano also playing here. Very cool to see that. As well as Wingo Bear, Peking Ant on P13, Cloud Joe, DJ Ruffy, Amaterasu aka Pokiterasu, Heath, Trilux playing as well, and also Cineon in the top 20. So actually good player field here. How many players do we have? We have 37 players right now playing the race. And right now there's no rain. And I'm quickly going to explain to you how this is working out. Free practice means that players have 20 minutes of free practice to get just along with the map. Then we have the qualifying, where players can collect their first points, the best flying lap out of 2 laps. So you have 1 normal standing lap and 1 flying lap. The best out of those laps will count, and the top 30 will get points. And those qualifying ranks are also regarding to your position that you're getting when the race will start. Then afterwards we have the race. We have to consider fuel and tire management, and that will also be interesting because we have seen different strategies. But usually the strategy with just zooping through with good tires, good fuel management, or like just not wear off your tires too much was the best.
Yeah, I think this season, you were talking about strategy. A lot of races have been won on strategy, but we didn't really have this last weekend where the race was won on sheer pace. Like Patrols was just too strong compared to Wosai. Wosai had really in the last stint had like two mistakes, and suddenly Patrols was unreachable. Yeah,
true. He was unreachable indeed.
The overtake from the pit lane, which was
yeah, true. That was. I mean, I think.
Was so great.
Yeah, the race was won in the pit entry on the pit lane. Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, like just Patrols.
And you called it.
Yeah, wow.
I remember.
Right now they're just trying the map. Also, thank you, Nalak, so much for the subscription, tier 1 subscription. You love to see it when a person decides to subscribe to your channel. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. And yeah, they are currently just trying out the map and get to know that because players have not seen the map beforehand. Yeah, so they just try
That's a quirk of Trackmania Formula League. Like,
yeah.
Every season we have 10 brand new maps that players don't know about. And what's that? A really strange collision on the straight line, finish straight line. It was really, really strange. But yeah, even like the mappers, we have the case on race number 7, I think, where the map was made from Nano, and Nano was driving in Division 1, and it would be a bit of it would be a bit cheating if he score were to register. So like just to keep the level of competition fair, he had to DNF like one lap before the end. It's a automatic DNF by the mode that like straight up redeploy you and you're down.
But yeah, very, very cool sportsmanship there as well that he is playing. But even considering that, he was not on first position. So still, like, the players are, like, you can learn a track in those 20 minutes quite quickly. And of course, also Vitty is mentioning it, good point there. They're also looking onto fuel and tire consumption. Because the more you slide, the more you wear off your tires. And if you wear off your tires, you can see it. Wait, I'm just gonna disable that here for a second. The dashboard overlay. If you wear off your tires quickly, your car is getting a bit wonky to approach, like below 20-ish%, your car tends to slide out more, or your sliding is getting harder to control, and stuff like that. And if your tires are at 0%, you will just DNF, like your tires will blow up like in real life. And of course also your fuel. If you just decide to go a bit faster around the track and just throttle all the time or accelerate all the time, you also will burn more fuel. So those are the things that you should maybe take into balance and stuff like that. Some people were pitting for fuel, some people were pitting for tires, especially on maps where you could like avoid drifting. Yeah, you can also go for only the fuel, but usually that is not the case, as this map is quite drift heavy and also quite long. Yeah, with now 39 laps being played, players should now know, okay, will I go for a 10 lap stint, for a 9 lap stint, how much will I burn per lap, what turn will I slide. So that's all the things that players are figuring out on those 20 minutes of free practice.
It looks like the overall consumption on the tires and on the fuel looks to be relatively the same. There might be a slight offset towards more tire usage, but for example, look at the value of tires and fuel from Patrols. Like his tires are barely 1 or 2% down on his liters, so it makes the strategy simple. Yet the final part of your stint are going to be so critical because your tires are going to be in the red. They are already in the orange, past the 35%, and Patrols are already struggling on the trajectory. But in the red, the car behaves so differently, and this is what driving on low tires feel like. Your car is so heavy to drift, to even brake and reaccelerate.
Yeah, that's a good point that you mentioned here with the how the car is just feeling differently. Of course, there's no weight that is in like that is still be considered, and also we don't have like different undergrounds like dirt or grass. We only have the normal road tarmac, because the physics are not used to that, because it's like a complete different game mode. And guys, what am I seeing here? So sorry that I'm just going into that. Usually I don't do that, but I got €10 donation. Thank you for casting, and I will definitely split that with my beautiful co-caster. So I'm just gonna send you $5 over after the cast. Of course, man. You're doing it with me here. Keep it. Wow, I just wanted to be kind, bro.
If we ever meet, you buy me a beer.
Okay, that's
Which,
fair.
I find a lot better.
Okay, then we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that then. But thank you so much for the $10 and also Worms for the resub. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, I just want to go into the prediction here. And I also think that was really my prediction. Vitty is mentioning it. Patrose, Wosal, Danik B. I think Danik B will have a top 3 appearance today. I'm not sure if he already has had one. But I also don't see Dexter here.
I don't think that Danny V had a top 3 finish, yes. I would see... I would wish for Shorty to get a good result. Hasn't been the case the whole season.
Yeah.
And Charlotte on top 3, then like the first place or second could be either Petrol and Mozart. I think they are just so dominant this season, and the other drivers are basically competing for third place. Like has been always them, except for when Massa and Stan were actually playing.
Oh, Scrappy,
yeah, even Scrappy, but yeah, like. It has been always Petrol and Mozart. Dexter was in the bigs at some point, but his form definitely went down, and he's nowhere to be seen on the server, right?
True that. He's nowhere on the server. Maybe he's gonna join, but it's already too late to learn the map. So I think he won't play a role today. Unfortunate to see that. But hey, it is what it is. Patrosa and Rosal, as you've already mentioned, they are very strong. They're very strong drivers, and also like look to be on another level compared to the Trackmania Formula League also in Season 2 that I've casted with you as well. Yeah. And let's go ahead into the qualifying. As I've already mentioned it, top 13 is getting the first set amount of points. And we have 2 laps that we're going to race. 1 standing lap, 1 flying lap. The best out of those 2 laps will count. And the top 13 is getting the points. And also the standing here will really determine where you're going to start. If you're going to start from the first place or just from the pit. Yeah. That can make a bit of a difference, like 2 to 3 seconds, but hey, that is not too much.
The only difference really creates is whether or not the first turn is going to be a like press forward, like only full speed, or I think if you start on the far end of the grid, you could accumulate too much speed to enter the proper corner, the proper way, whereas starting on the front row, you don't really have that problem. But one thing, my theory is correct. I made it checked by Nano, so we are not going to have any rain during this race. Okay,
no rain here. Very cool, but also of course realistic now from my approach that we have like the thing being under something.
The tunnel section, the tunnel section would have been like really strange to have the behavior of the car.
Yep.
Yeah.
But let's go ahead here.
I think they could technically do it, but
that's way too complex.
Yeah, it would be really, really complex.
Yeah. But let's go ahead. I'm currently following Danik B even, who is in the middle of the pack here and makes a mistake, but of course that is the first step. Patrosa was standing in the pit, still in this racing now.
As usual.
Yeah, so he's a good pick to pick afterwards. Yeah, that was a lot of times that I used the word pick. But hey, and let's see how Danik B is gonna make it here, as he's not really in battle. We see Wingo Bear and Shorty ahead of him, but he makes another mistake. So who should we go with, Danik B or with someone else, Atypick?
I'm following Wosile, like just pure habits. I think he's still one of the strongest. Jay Isaac, at least on the first lap, looks to be quite strong. A decent first lap. Wosile is professional in pole for now.
Yeah, they're huge gaps.
Yeah, I think Wosile is way ahead of pretty much everybody. Yeah, especially from Joey, the direct competitor. So I think Joey might be a good person to watch for, because like you see Wosile far ahead, like he's 1.6 seconds ahead in terms of the checkpoints, right? And Wosile doesn't look to have a good lap. Compared to his best time on the track, it's not that strong. But he's going to improve.
Yeah. He's still nowhere to be seen though. I mean, I'm currently following Heath, who's behind Moppel and Joey, and it seems that Wosile is getting that first place, but of course this is actually quite hard to do, where Heath is right now steering his car through, and then we have this full speed section to the ending, junking into a drift, and then also here, very nice slide from Heath. So he's also on a good lap here. Nice to see Heath also performing like that. And we have Wosile on first, but I think Heath is also making some damage here, actually going up into that third position. Amaterasu on second. Very cool to see. Then we have Nano also able to finish. But I want to follow. Who is he? Where is he?
36 for patrols.
Yeah, I didn't see him. Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. So let's follow Patrosi and see if he maybe can win the qualifying or get second place. There's a huge gap. You were mentioning it, 1.6 seconds. What is Patrose doing? One more turn, and there we go. Patrose finishing, but only behind Rosal. So this will not be the perfect weekend.
Yes, at least not for patrols.
Yeah,
Xavier Chris looks to be the last to finish. From your team, right? M&M.
Yep. He's from my team, M&M, but he is just missing out on this P15. Trilux actually being P13. And then we have Joey, P14, being the bubble boy. Simply Nick, Moppel, then DJ Ruffy, Shorty, Heave. Very cool to see that. As well as Deska, who was struggling a bit with loading the rain textures. But then let's hope that there is no rain today. Nano, also very nice, P6. Funky Jock, Amaterasu, P4. Okay, he's gaming. Danik B, Patrose, and Vosal. So yeah, well, top 3. Nalax, and I mean also Vitty, Patrose, Vosal, you were calling it. Now we have Vosal, Patrose, and then also Danik B there.
Yeah, it was your pick for P3.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's you may just nail the if the race goes as well as for those 3. Yeah, I think they could technically be on the podium. Shorty is nobody to sleep on. He can still get a strong result. It really depends on whether or not the strategy is going to have it will be efficient or not. It's kind of a wild card where he's not the fastest. He has his own way to play, but always super interesting. He was really quiet from since the very beginning of the season, and the last 3 races was really interesting to watch in terms of strategy and the gamble. I think Shorty is such a gambler in his strategy, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
Yep.
But always really fun to watch.
Yeah, that's a good point that you're mentioning. I mean, Shorty also has said to me in, not an interview, but when I was talking to him, of course I'm not interviewing him and how you feeling about that, this, that. He's a good friend of mine, yeah? And he said that he's intentionally trying to go for those strategies, else it will be boring, And I really like that attitude. Shorty is just taking it as a casual event. Of course, this has worked out sometimes, but just driving rather conservative, just going for one last pit stop, also saving the environment with that. But I think that he can definitely make it, and maybe not for the top positions because Vosal and Patrose are too strong, but maybe for a 3rd position today. Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah. So the final warm-up on the track, 2 minutes 3 minutes warm-up just allowed everyone to rejoin, reload the entire mode, which sometimes can be pretty long to load, and so yeah, really last chance for any players. If they were to crash right now, they can still rejoin on time if they have a fast enough PC. But yeah, last warm-up, last time to really learn the track.
Last call.
And yes.
It's the last call indeed. But even if you have a fast PC, Trackmania takes longer and longer to load after every update. Yeah, it is what it is. It's so weird. But
it's made by Nadio. So
wow. And also hello to Mental Strider, and thank you so much, Pantoffels, for the resub. Guys, you're crazy today. Like the 3rd resub already in 20 minutes. Then also a donation. You guys are crazy. Thank you very, very much. And everyone who's here, welcome to race number 9. I'm casting together with Atypick, the Trackmania Formula League, and we have, a very, very nice race today, I think. And yeah, my voice is a bit cracked. Yesterday it was even worse, so that's why I didn't stream yesterday.
How did you crack your voice?
I don't know.
Was it in a concert, or was it just for casting, or?
I think I was talking too much because I made a documentary that I'm gonna release today.
Oh, nice.
It took like 30 hours of work. And I think I was just talking too much and didn't give my throat some rest, and I was also streaming and stuff. And yeah, maybe just not getting a cold or something. But, it's just me working too much, I think.
Yeah. I think you just need some milk and honey. Warm milk and honey, and everything should go for
or just a tea. So guys, the documentary, I'm just gonna shamelessly plug myself here as well, will release at 17:30 today, so in 1 hour. So then we're gonna watch it together, and hey, you know, it's called How I Beat Trackmania with a Broken Arm.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's a title.
Yeah, that's the title. Let's see how this goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, just after the race. And yeah, we're gonna start now with the race. Let's go to the more important things to the race and not about shamelessly plugging myself. Let's go ahead here, and I'm gonna follow JSAC here, who is quite far behind, but gives us a good overview over the player field.
Yeah, I'm right onto Danik B, the top 3 that we had during qualifying. So far, so good for Patros and Rosal. They are neck and neck. Danik B always is a tad bit behind. Patros looks to be carrying a lot of speed into the turns. Fucking Jug coming alongside Danik B for P3, but so far no mistake, no real mistakes on the leading cars.
Yeah, the top 3 right now is still holding strong, as Amaterasu also gets a rather good start. Also one of the more inconsistent play, I would say, who is risking a lot, but just when I say that Danik B is making that mistake, or would put in a more safe category. So Amaterasu up to P3. Funky Jug had to release, so he loses a bit of time. Danik B and Shorty still behind this part. Very important to not clip your car there. That was so close for Funky Jug. Still able to survive, but had to readjust his line. Patrose, Wolsal in the lead. Amaterasu on 3rd. Danik B, but it's so messy. He's so close to call, of course, in that first lap. But yeah, first lap done here. And yeah, who would have actually... who would have thought? It is Patrose leading again, maybe on his way to win the 4th race in a row, already being 0.6 ahead of his opponent.
Yeah, like, he's in the zone right now. Like, I think the entire format and even the tracks really suits Patrose so well. And yeah, he's just so dominant so far. And like, quite consistent, mistake-free, like, kind of. And yeah, in terms of strategy, I think he has a very good engineer as well, calling for the strategy, because they are always on point.
Yeah, they're always on point, and that's what I wanted to mention, because the last race, he didn't win by pace. He won it because of his strategy. Wolsal was leading the race, and Patrose just had a god-tier pit stop there, and thus is why he won. So definitely engineers are very important, not only in real life, but also for Wolsal here, who has made a mistake. So maybe he needs an engineer, because his car in real life would actually be broken down with that. So Amaterasu up to P2, but a great fight for 3rd and even 2nd position, as Amaterasu didn't get the best line here. Falls a bit behind, of course, gathers a good amount of speed, but Shorty now, yeah, in a comfortable 2nd position. He really likes the 2nd place, and also Berserker. So good names here that we see, and we actually see Wolsal up again into that battle, but back and forth, and a nice fight that we have between the top 10 for the top 2. Just take a look, Atypick. Top 10,
yeah,
Joey.
That's a train.
Wow, what a train.
That's a train of drivers. And even way back, like even Funky Jug on D12. Speed itself, you kind of have a bit of a gap between himself and the rest. Joey, with the tiny mistake toucher, will lose a tremendous amount of speed, and therefore will fall back on to probably P20 or even below. But yeah, so far it's such a tight start, but Patros is already widening the gap with pretty much everyone else. He's 2 seconds ahead of Wolsal, and then there you have the huge pack. But Wolsal come back strong with the lap record.
Yeah, he has the lap record, but still Patrose is, like, it's incredible. We have such a close fight for that top 3, top 4, top 5. Then there's Wolsal after a mistake, again retaining his 2nd position, and Patrose is still 2 seconds ahead of the rest. So this guy, he is, as you say, he's gaming, yeah? He is gaming. Wolsal's 2 seconds behind, then Berserker on 3rd. Just behind him we have Shorty and Amaterasu, the OK boys. So Dexter is unfortunately not playing today. Then also Sensei getting overtakes Heath here. Then Danik B on P8. Shaden is on 9th. Suk overtakes also Shaden is here. Very, very close to comfort here. So lap 4. And right now, well, what will be the strategy? Maybe a 10-lap stint? I don't know, Atypick. Maybe you have any predictions on how the race will develop in terms of stinting?
Yeah, I think like a 9. Pitting at 9 would be good. Like, you are low on fuel, you're also low on tires. but you start to be critical, I think, in lap 8 or so. Yeah, to be honest, I'm not really sure. 9 or 10 is going to be what most of the drivers will do. And we will see a split like 50-50 would go, 50% will go for 9, 50% will go for 10. We might have like Shorty, the craziest man alive, on this server, trying to go for 12, but yeah, I think like 9 or 10, and if I guess wrong, maybe 10 or 11.
Yeah, well, I think Shorty will be the... So, well, just looking at that now, we're in lap 5, okay? 50 liters of fuel left for Patrose, yeah? And he is almost 5 laps done. So I think that you either go for lap 8 or lap 9 now, or did you just go lap 7, 8, 8, 8, 8, that you have like 39 being split up, and maybe 7 even at the end, something like that? Or you go for 9, and then you go for 10, 10, 10, but I don't see that 10 laps will really work out here. So I think that they're gonna go for 8 and then 7, but we're gonna see, because Patrose still has good fuel in the tank here, 46 liters, as we see Rosal, 38% of tires, and that is what was really decisive, the decisive fact. So Patrose with that, not sliding one turn that Rosal is sliding, and it seems that it's not really, like, being too bad, even though Rosal has caught up quite tremendously, and is also on a good time. Look at that, 0.3 ahead of his PB here. Very, very nice from Rosal, so let's go ahead and follow him, and maybe he can come a bit closer and overtake Patrose here, or get the fastest lap, because also the fastest lap is gaining you some points.
Yeah, he definitely made a second on Patrose, who was 2 seconds away. Now it's around that 1 second, 1.4 seconds, really depending on some sectors. Looks like he has lost half a second on a checkpoint, and now he's behind 3, even 4/10 of a second behind his best time. But Patrose, such a good ending to the lap, as widening the gap all the way back to 2 seconds. But yeah, you said it, Rosal, quite a massive offset in terms of tires, not in terms of fuel, but tires. You have like a 7 to 8% gap, delta between Patrose tires and Rosal's tires. So yeah, I think Rosal, if he is safe, like wants to always be aggressive with his tires, would go for 7 and pit this lap in order to avoid the driving in the red with red tires, or he will pit on lap number 8.
Yeah, and that can really be the most important factor here. That can also be the fact why Rosal is not winning this race. Of course, this part. Imagine sliding out there in the next lap. Rosal 19%, so he can afford one more lap. But then, of course, a player like Shorty will come dangerously close to Shorty with a superbly good tire management. Look at that. He has 14% more tires. Oh my god. Then Rosal. Oh god, what was that? Holy shit. I hope that I'm fine. I almost spilled. I almost died there. Holy moly. Okay, so guys, I'm not ill or something, it's just my throat being like super sore and stuff, and it's also hard for me to fall asleep, so don't worry about me. But Rosal is going for another lap, yeah, 30 and 12%, and this could be the upset, so I'm just gonna follow him and see if Rosal will make a mistake in this round.
Looks like, if you were still on Rosal, like, looks how early start sliding his car in some turns that he really wants to drift. Here, a bit lift on the accelerator in order to stay on the road. Really early here on the brakes. Now it's more like a full speed section. You just don't want to slip and touch a wall here. He has... Oh my god, no! Touched the wall here, unfortunately for Rosal. Tiny mistakes, but it's just due to not having tires anymore.
Yep.
Like, it's down to 5.2% of tires and right into the pit. A really tight entry to the pit, and we have like pretty much everyone. Even Shorty, who's known to be the wildest man, is in the pit. Like, yeah.
Yeah, everyone is pitting.
Standard, yeah, pretty much.
Oh, Chris, okay.
Pitting, yeah.
Yeah, Chris is not pitting. Chris is going for lap 10. Okay, actually interesting, because Chris, of course, was like 17 seconds behind, give or take, or like 10-15 seconds. And now he is in the lead, as well as Nico, yeah? Nico always name changing. Then Patrosa out of the pit again. Yeah, and also Nick with a mistake for finding himself in the next lap and didn't go for a pit stop thus far. Yeah?
Nick has a, like, interesting tire usage. Like, I don't know how he do it, but he's still at 30% tires.
Yeah. Maybe it's driving from down under, upside down. Maybe this is not using so much tires.
You have less gravity pulling you on the road. I don't know.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh man, yeah, this joke is never getting old. But yeah, now, of course, Nico and Chris are not nowhere to be in danger. And still Patrosa is coming closer, so even though they haven't pitted yet, yeah, Patrosa is almost closing into them. As Patrosa has also gotten a very good pit stop again, like because Bosal has made a mistake.
Nico right onto the wall, lose the place to Patros. Chris into the pit, so will be overtaken by Patros and as well Wosile. But now we have, like, once again Patros with such a superb pit stop. The gap was less than a second before they pitted, and now it's down to 3 seconds gap between Patros and Wosile. So great pit stop by Patros once again.
Yeah, and this could already not be the decider, but a very important factor, those 3 seconds, because...
The trend. Yeah, I think could be the trend where you see Patros winning the entire map.
Yeah, exactly, because now Wolsat also changes his strategy. You can see he has now 84% of ties. He is on par with Patros, but still, it is, yeah, maybe this one mistake that he has made, yeah? That one mistake that he has made that really has cost him.
Yeah.
Hey, what is Nick doing? 4 liters, Monko W? Is he gonna make it? I hope so. Lap 10 though.
Yeah, he's really on the last sector of the entire map. He's probably going to coast. He has 2 turns, one really tricky, the hairpin, this hairpin, but he's not really far from the pit box, so yeah, he's fine. Always close from comfort, but he's really fine.
But yeah, I think he lost a lot of time with that by pitting so late, but still now he goes for lap 10, 20, then 30 and then goes through. So very good to see that strategy also being used by someone, but I think you lose too much time by just saving your lines in total.
Look at the top 4.
Yeah.
Top 4, Shorty, Danny B on P3, P4, like, yeah, they are the driver we told about, like, for the 3rd place. Then they are not really far from each other. Like, Danny B is only 4.5 seconds away from Shorty. He is always also in the battle, I think, with Danik. Like, Danik is a tiny mistake, touchable, and suddenly you have Heath running for P4. Marcelele as well is there, so the amount of gap is not that big. Yeah. Oh my god. Did that just? Who bonked? Was it Marcelele?
Yeah.
Oh damn. I never talked about him, and like suddenly when the only time I talk about, he bonked it into a wall. Sorry. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, I also wanted to mention him, and then he just bonked, and we see the fastest lap now being done by Wosal. But let's go ahead here and also gonna follow Pikingant, who's doing a very good performance here on that 9th position. And one of my fellow Twitch viewers right now in the fight with Trilux, who's also not with a bad race here. So let's say it how it is. Trilux with a good race from P12 to P9 now, but makes a small mistake there, and Trilux is getting overtaken there by a lot of players there. Look at that, good fight here actually for those mid positions, or for the top 10, which are good positions, to be honest. But Trilux again with a wonky approach there and making a huge mistake, so he falls down to even P number 16. Deska overtaking him, as well as Speed Self Shadenis, and also here we have a Moppel, who's currently on P number 16. But good fight here, Atypick.
Yeah, true. Like, it looks like we have enough gap in the lead, so we can focus a bit more on the rest of the drivers and the rest of the battle here. So Pikingant here is still there and battling for P9 right behind Suke, being overtaken by Shadonis and Deska on lap number 12 at the very end. But yeah, still great battles that we have all the way back here for P10.
Yeah, the gaps have increased a bit from the top 4, as you were mentioning it. Danik B 5 seconds ahead of Heath. Then there's not too much of a gap between Heath and Sensei, but great race here from Heath. I just have to stress that out. He looked also very strong in the qualifying, and also I think in the free practice, and now he's on P number 5. So he's redeeming himself here on that second to last race. But also Danik B looks maybe to get himself that first top 3 placement. Right now he's on P4, just behind Shorty, and well then, what can I say about Patrose? He's zooming, man.
Yeah, like, yeah, it's really remind me like the Warside from season 1, where when Warside was leading a race, he was just carefree and like no pressure, nothing, and he could really focus all the way to the end. I think he made it like here. Patros made a tiny mistake and touch a wall, so Warside may come back a bit, but it's not going to be really crucial. He's still 4 seconds behind, and yeah, Patros is just like driving without any pressure on him whatsoever. He just need to focus on his strategy, and probably we're on TeamSpeak with his engineer. I think he definitely has one, and if he doesn't, like, I don't know how he do it, because like his driving is perfect and his strategy call is perfect. So like really well done from Patros and his engineer, if he has one.
Imagine just being your own engineer and just calling everything. That would be a completely 5-head, but of course you should focus on the driving, and then you will make a mistake if you just think about other things, because you just not waste, but you invest your resources in the things that can also other people do, and just tell you in the meantime in the race if you should adapt or anything. But right now that is not the case. But also 4 seconds at Wosal, then Shorty, and then we have Danik B. Still on P4. But yeah, who is actually all playing here? Who's in the top 20 here? Let me go a little bit back, as Marcelella is going for a pit stop, lap 14 pit stop. Interesting. Not really seeing the purpose of that. Then also Lars is playing P20 right now, overtaking the one or another player, as some have pitted. So that's cool to see for Lars, but he in general didn't really make some damage, compared to his other OK Boy teammates. Of course, he's still playing a great race. Yeah, guys, it seems that P20, you're like, Lemao, they're so bad, but no, I would never ever beat those players. Let's be honest.
I would really wonder, like, if P20 in Division 1 will still win a race in Division 2. Like, I think so. One of the good examples would be Nano, who was from Division 3, I think, or Division 2, and came back with very dominant performance in Division 2 and all the way back to Division 1. So yeah, I think a top 20 driver would still like have a great time in Division 2 with a great result. Podium, even wins.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think so as well that they have a good chance. Of course, Nano with a P25 doing a great job. I think one other example here is a player by the name of Pickingenter. He was also in Division 2. And he was, not struggling, but he was not really finding himself in the top 10 too much. I think he had some good finishes, but now, of course, he's doing a great job. But the thing that really matters is definitely the fact that you should drive consistent, If you have someone to push you, if you see the number of your car changing, you see the checkpoints, that is, of course, like also pushing you. At least that's the case for me, compared to maybe a Div 2 or Div 3 race, where players tend to make more mistakes. Pickingenter maybe can feel the pressure here a bit, as we have the next set of pit stops now. Lap number 16 we have, as I kind of was seeing it. Also Shorty going for the pit stop, so everyone going for the lap 16 pit stop here, Atypick.
Yeah, like, looks, we don't have any like massive strategical. It's pretty much everyone pitting on 8, 16, 24. Then it's going to be 32.
Yep.
And right all the way to the end.
Yeah, that's the case. I just have to cough a little bit. My voice is doing a bit better than yesterday, but still, I'm still very, very sore in my voice. But hey, it is what it is, guys. Everything for Trackmania, Mark cheer, everything for the casting, even though I had a very, very busy weekend. But hey, it is what it is. You're always complaining, and I'm happy to just grind, you know, or not grind, but do stuff I love. Let's be honest. But yeah, we have Civic Risk right now on P4. Yeah, 23 liters, 21% tires. So he has not done a pit stop thus far, as well as Nico. Berserker is on P7, then Sensei, Heave and Moppel on P10. Let's hope that his internet holds.
Yes, well, there was a bet last time whether or not he's going to DC or whatever. We were both wrong, and he stayed on track, and which is really, really pleasant to see. I think he still had a great result, right? I think it was a P3 from up there.
Yep, it was a good one.
Yeah, so it was definitely worth it for him as Chris goes in the pit. But yeah, I really hope like for Mopel he can stay on the track. I think for the championship, nobody can really contest Dexter. For the third place, probably Danik B, but he's really, really far. He's 234 points ahead, away from Dexter, and I don't think that even Dexter not participating in this race. Yeah, probably Danik B can't quite reach top 3 like the podium, but Mopel could. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Mopel fighting with Berserker. Who is also fighting with Danik B for a P4 in the championship, driver championship.
Yeah, so that's very good for Danik B then, that he is ahead of him, right? So Danik B with a very consistent performance, not really dominating or getting himself a good performance, but still, you know, he's getting the positions in. I think he has only gotten 1 or 2 positions outside as Nano left the server, okay, outside of the top 10. It's a very good performance. As Dexter is not playing today. Shorty is playing, but Dexter is not.
Oh, is Shorty having issue?
Wait, where's Shorty? Wait, what? Where's Shorty?
Yeah,
hello?
Shorty has having issue.
Wait, where is he?
In the very beginning of the tunnel section, and he's like lagging way too much.
Oh,
he's going to time out. He's going to time out. Very sadly for Shorty.
Oh no, that is so unfortunate for Shorty. Such a good race, and now he has those issues. That is super unfortunate for Shorty here. That is a big tilter for him. And I think he also went live, so if you want to see what his reaction is, make sure to check out his Twitch channel.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah,
like,
and that is very unfortunate. I think it's Shorty with a 0 and then a 2 behind. Yeah. That is very unfortunate indeed. As Danik B is lapping here, J-Sack in a second, or J-Isaac in a second. But still J-Isaac with a good turn here in that section, but also Danik B with his personal fastest lap. Very good to see that, good turn there as well. And Danik B up to P9 in the fastest lap ranking. But of course, consistent driving is the key, as you see. He's 3rd position, but 9th fastest, or 10th fastest lap even, as he got overtaken there as well. He's not currently streaming. I thought he went live, actually. Didn't he?
No, he's not currently streaming.
Thought he was live. Then I got debated, you guys. You got debated, guys. But hey, it is what it is. Danik B now on P3, then Sensei behind, Berserker, Heave dropping a bit behind. Then we have Suke, Marcelella, Trilux solidifying his top 10 position. Then Funky Jug, Moppel picking into Simply Nick, Sha Dennis, Claudio, then Speed Self, Joey, Wingo Bear, Deska, and Bearlul. And then Lars just out of the top 20 here. But yeah, that is super unfortunate because everyone is going up 1 position here, as yeah, he has made an unfortunate mistake there. Damn, that is very unfortunate.
Just want to talk about Wingo Bear. It's doesn't really have a good race right now. They're not really loving his time, but in general, like if you look at the driver championship, Wingo Bear is sitting P8. I was not really expecting that result, even though he is a good driver.
Yep.
But I was not really expecting a P8 from Wingo Bear.
Bonk.
Yeah. My god, stop bonking when I talk about you!
Oh, you're a great Cassis cursor. I just have to say
god.
that. That is very nice. Yep.
I think I cursed Joey in season 2. I cursed
That's the win, buddy.
this season. Oh my god. I think I cursed so many drivers, like, yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, but I mean,
I'm just going to shut up and not talk about anybody.
well, whatever. It is what it is. Okay, let's see Shorty here. Well, one thing for sure, if I had a beer at home, something very, very not good would happen this night. Wait, what? Monka W? What would have happened? I hope you're good, man. But that is very sad that you have a deceit here. Still a good race, though. Yeah, your result is on our hearts. Let's say like that. But we didn't jinx you. Yeah, we didn't jinx you. And yeah, things like that can happen. But hey, it is what it is. As a lot of players have actually issues. Also Nano here. But let's focus on the race because it seemed to be the same. Not the same players, but you know, there are players who don't have issues with connections and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Curse and jinx.
Yeah, it is.
Kind of
it's always like, it looks like it's always the same person. And so unfair.
Yeah.
So unfair. Can Wosile DNF?
Wow. Okay. Imagine he would have done that now. Like,
Oh
okay, let's do that.
Oh no, I'm going to DNF. Oh,
You know,
whatever.
also when I cast events, there are always players like, for example, there's a player called Panda, he's from France. He always, and I mean always, has internet issues. Like, you know he's playing a final, you know that he will DC at one point. So, you know, it's always like that. And also, like, it seemed to be like issues that maybe are like obvious for us, but not obvious for the players maybe, I don't know.
It really depends on where they're living as well. Like,
Yeah,
I
of
have a
course.
friend on another video game. Like, it's lagging as hell. Like, he's playing with 200 ping on European servers, and like it's just insane. We are not playing a very good game as well. Like, it's not well optimized, so it's lagging even more. But he's living in France, but on the countryside, so you don't have optic fiber. You don't really have a good, even good 4G or whatever. So yeah, it really depends on where you live. And I am lucky enough to live in the city with optic fiber and whatever. But yeah, I just feel for the guys that have a poor connection and that are limited by it.
Yeah, it's just rolling the dice there at this point. Also, like how stable it is, you know. That may be, as Bolsal is just lagging when I talk about stable connection.
Yeah.
That was good. But yeah, it's also like how stable it is if you have DCs or stuff. Today at 3 I had a DC, but hey, everything is good from me onwards. I had issues before, yeah, when I was streaming, like in 2017 or something. But I think internet here in Germany is also bad. But hey, it is what it is. Let's focus on the race. You know, internet is still a thing that may not be stable for everyone, as Berserker is right now battling out, and actually a lot of people actually have gotten lapped here, as you can see the fight here for Berserker. Then picking it actually on P number 6. Very cool to see that. Siuk, Moppel, Funky Jug, and we have the next set of pit stops. So let's see. You know, Danik B, 17 seconds behind Wosal. Damn, what has happened there? Patrosa and Wosal again on a roll here and getting themselves a very good performance in a standing peak. Goes so fast there, as well as Sensei. They're all slowing down accordingly, and also Berserker will go into the pit lane.
I don't think we had penalties today yet in the pit lane.
Yeah, I'm just waiting
Why
for
do
the
you
person.
laugh? Waiting for someone to get a penalty. Yeah. But yeah, like all the players well behave and no penalty so far. But yeah, the fight between Patros and Wosile is at a stalemate, at least for Wosile. And Patros is just flying ahead with a 5-second gap. The gap doesn't look to be. Oh my god.
No. The next victim, we have Moppel.
The usual one.
Yeah,
the
usual.
one. Oh my god.
Oh damn. That really sucks.
We have so many like so many victims today of bad internet that crashes or
yeah, people coughing.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, that's very unfortunate indeed, as we have lap 25 coming into play, and now lap 26 for Wolsal. So we have one more pit stop, and Moppel DCing. So lap 27 last week was my bad. Now he DC'd at lap 25. It's very unfortunate, but still, he didn't also, I mean, I don't want to like get him into a good mood, but he also didn't have the best race today.
No. He was really far from having a good race. And, probably as well, like internet issues doesn't really help. And if he knows he's playing with that like that thing, that sentence that can really happen all the time at some point, like you tends to be stressed. Like I don't know if you had this issue, like when streaming you suddenly have a really bad issue like frame drops, but for no reason. And suddenly you are more focused on, are you having frame drops, are you having micro lag, micro freeze, and you don't stream as much, so you don't cast as well as you would cast in normal conditions. So if he has internet issues and he knows it, and he's more focused on, oh my god, I'm having issues when I'm going to crash or when I'm going to DC, and suddenly you dedicate less percentage of focus on actually driving on the track.
Yeah, true that. It's like the I don't care attitude, because I'm gonna DC anyway. Like, that's what the people are subtle thinking, you know, as Trilux is going for another pit. Interesting pit strategy here from Trilux, as he doesn't want his tires to go below 30% by the looks of it. And yeah, another pit stop for the German driver. And we still have Patrosa and Vosa leading 20 seconds ahead of Danik B. What are they doing again? Like, that is illegal.
Yeah. Trilux is like speeding every 7 laps. 7 to 6 laps. Interesting.
Not really sure if this will work out.
We have a couple of players doing it. We have actually Heath on 7:14:21. Marcelele as well, 7:14:21. Simplinic is on a 10:10. They are very
gamer.
But yeah, like I don't know. Really, if you pit on lap 7, are you really in the? You're below the 20, right? Or barely below the 20.
Yeah, I mean, if you pit at 7, then you have like 35, and then you're like, yeah, I still have to drive 4 laps. So you have to pit one more time, and the players are still like, they're still not ahead of the others, like tremendously ahead. And that is like a big issue now, because they will fall majorly behind, yeah? They will fall majorly behind here. And also Siuk here making a mistake, so you're falling behind as well. Maybe Picking Enter can come back here. Picking Enter with a very good race here. P number 7.
Yeah, very good result. I think he also had last race, if I'm not mistaken, very good result as well.
Did he?
I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, he's playing very well. As we have a good fight here for P6. Picking Enter playing very well today. Siuk on the overtake, but making a mistake. I was seeing that one from miles away. Siuk pushing for no reason. Also Marcelele is coming closer, but with that, Picking Enter now on P6. Berserker is the next victim for him, as Marcelele only has 12 liters, 11 liters left, so we will definitely have to pit now. So different strategies, but I think the strategy from Patrosa, Rosal, and also Danik B, so like the lap 8 stint and then lap 7 for the ending, will work out the best, as also he gets the fastest lap here, 107.52 for him. Of course, still 1.5 seconds behind Patrosa, so there you can see the difference, just how fast and how consistent Rosal and Patrosa are. Yeah, you know, 1.5 seconds ahead of Picking Enter's fastest lap, and probably now Patrosa with a 105.87. I should take care of my voice here, but Patrosa is just killing it again. Look at that, the first 106 time for Patrosa, and he's not gonna make it the perfect weekend, but maybe he gets himself a race win and the perfect, or the fastest lap.
I can't find him.
Who?
In the
Picking Enter?
last week. Yeah.
Picking Enter? I'm not sure if he... Did he play? I'm not sure about that. If he played or not. But now he is, of course, playing lap 29. He is right now. And doing a great job. Place number 6. Wingo Bear on P8 right now. Then we have Masalele, 1.5 liters left. Oh my god, bro. Yeah, he will... he will slow down a bit. Monka W.
What happened? Sorry, missed some action, I think.
Oh my god, Marcelella.
Was he close?
Point 1 liters.
Oh dang. That's not a lot.
also Nick now pitting, so lap 29 for him. Bold decision to pit like that because they got lapped already and they will finish at lap 38 then. Yeah, so that's a good decision. And now Nick can maybe risk it a bit more as he should go for the full stint, but I don't see him getting to the top 15 or something like that because he still has to drive rather conservatively. But maybe this will work out. I don't know. Maybe he gets himself a good performance. He has also got himself a good performance during the qualifier. He got himself a top 30 position there. Okay, so you can see a clear tendency what is fastest. Yeah, 8, 16, 24. But of course the others have already pitted. So we're gonna find out afterwards. As I have to drink some water.
Yeah. Like, well, now like the fight is... There is no more fight really, like, except between 1 or 2 drivers, especially Wingo Bear, and I think there was there is Berlul and Chardonnay. But other than that, the gap are not really close to one another. Joey is relatively close to Leaf. Was relatively close to Leaf. There is 2-second gap between now between them. Dorian Rate is unlapping himself from Joey. I thought he was battling with him, but no. Not a good result as well for Dorian Rate. We usually see him a lot further up in the order.
Yep, that's true though. That is very, very true. As Joey, of course, with a good performance here, top 15. But also Amaterasu, where he was top 3 after the first lap. Yeah, and that's Mr. Consistency. P number 19, very nice. Oh man, Amaterasu just, you know, he doesn't know how to save, kind of. Yeah, so...
Yeah, he need to learn from Myers.
Yeah, he needs
Myers! Maybe big guy missing as well.
True though. As well as...
we didn't really talk about him, and yeah. Just had a revelation there. Wasile in the pit, so those patrols.
Yeah, everyone is gonna pit now, lap 32, so the last really crucial lap where players don't want to flip or anything like that. You can really slide out here in this tunnel section. Yeah, you can drift out there and then maybe flip from the entrance into the road again. But also Danik B now going to the pit lane 24 seconds behind Wosal. Not getting himself a penalty. Playing with Sensei behind. Yeah, also clearing it very nicely. Berserker. Then the next one. But look at the gaps. Like, Picking and Berserker could definitely get lapped by Patrosa and Wosal here at the ending.
Yes. Yes. I think definitely can. But might be tricky. But yeah. They are fast. They are really fast. There is a less than a minute's gap between Picking and Patros so far, but yeah, it's doable. It's doable.
It's doable, Copium. No, it is doable for them. And as we see, Siu giving up here, lap 32. But look at the fight here. P number 1 versus 19, 16, 17. That is very cool to see here. Those getting lapped here as Patrosa is just pushing it, but cool to see that he is closing in a little bit in, you know, towards the others, as we have seen Trilux making a small mistake there.
Yeah, I think it was also Wingo Bear really slow on the start-finish straight. Patros tiny mistake here, touched the wall, so Joey and Deska will unlap themselves. I think it's only a single lap being lapped.
Yeah, it's only
so they are 1 lap behind. But Patros is coming back to them. Joey, the worst line of himself and Deska, here you have Lars right ahead from Team Limo. But yeah, you have a great view from Patro's driving as he's about to lap for a second time cut.
Yeah, that is incredible here. We see the person getting lapped for the first time and for the second time, and Patrosa just racing here. Look at him. Deska is a very fast driver, but Patrosa is not slowing down as Deska didn't get himself the best line there as well. The apex was just so much better for Patrosa here, but still Deska with more speed, unlapping himself again here, going into that lap 34, but we only have 6 more laps to go, and right now it looks like Patrosa is dominating this race yet again and finding himself on that first place, but still, you know, Deska is not giving up here. Maybe this also pushes himself to race against the best player, maybe copying the lines. But he comes a bit closer though as well. Berlul and Trilux are ahead of him. It was not Trilux actually making that mistake. I think it was Wingo Bear. Yeah, not Trilux, which I was calling out beforehand.
Yeah. So it is Patros with fastest lap or was I?
It is Patrosa with a sub 106 time.
Yeah. Like, it's going to shrink the... Like, Patrosa went very close from a perfect Sunday. Once again. I only finished P2 in the qualifying. Strong qualifying from Patrosa. But, yeah, that doesn't really play in his favor, right? Because he wants to shrink this gap between himself and Mosal significantly, and it's not going to, like, it's definitely going to shrink, but not as much as he would have dreamed of.
True that though, true that, and I hope that we maybe see a very, very exciting last race, yeah, that we have next week. We don't know just yet when it will be, yeah, if we could start earlier or not, but
oh yeah,
Patrosa is catching up some points again, but like not too much because there's still 100 points between them, and Patrosa is leading over Walsall in this race, but still, you know, this one you were mentioning, this one bad race there from Patrosa has really put him that far behind, and that is
on
incredible.
the second place, yes, right on the second place, just because he had a DNF and couldn't score the, like, in general you tend to score from, he had no points from the qualifying. Plus no points from either fastest lap or the race, so really missed out on, I would say, at least 80 points. But you never really know. But yeah, he missed out on a huge amount of points. He had also bad qualifying in race 3 and 4 and 5, but he went on the down slope. But now he's just came back, and it's probably going to be his 4th win in a row and 6th win in the season. Yeah.
Wow, that is incredible. That is such a great performance from Patrosa, from the German driver. As we have a good fight here for P5 actually. Yeah, Berserker and Pekingente are only like 1 second away from each other. So Pekingente with a very, very nice race here. Really, I cannot stress it enough here. He's doing a great job, and right now he finds himself on 6th place. Maybe he can come a bit closer as Patrosa will enter the second to last lap in just a second here. Yeah, only 1 more right turn to go here for Patrosa, and then we only have 2 more laps to go until we have our 4 times champion, or like winner of the race in a row.
4-time winner.
Yeah, that's incredible. Like, he's 8 seconds ahead. What a great performance. Making some mistakes, but not too many. And getting the fastest lap. Walsall not really coming closer, even though, look how close it was. I didn't see that. 105.88 and 105.87. Patrosa versus Walsall compared to the first lap, fastest lap.
Walsall would really, really love to get here this fastest lap.
Yeah.
It's not like Formula 1 where the gap is enough so you can take a free pit stop and have good tires. It doesn't really work like this. It's going to be quite insane for Walsall to try and beat Patrosa on the fastest lap, even considering that now he's driving on bad tires, and we are at the end of the penultimate lap. Yep. Starting the final lap in 10 seconds or so. So yeah, Walsall would be the right time to do it. I don't think he has the tools to do it, unfortunately.
Yeah, due to the tires, you were mentioning it. Due to the tires, Wolsal doesn't have the tools to get himself the fastest lap. But we are right now on the last lap here. Wolsal is 9 seconds behind. So you can already say it's the GG here unless Patrose makes a full stop somewhere. But even then, he's 9 seconds ahead. So Patrose on his way to win the 4th race in a row. And with that coming closer to Wolsal, but it will not be enough to overtake him. And maybe also it will also not be enough if the result will be the same as... or like the same in the last race, yeah, then Wolsal will be the Season 3 champion. But let's take a look. Patrose here on his way to take it home.
I just want to check, because it's going to be the 4th win in a row for Patrose. Would it be the 4th second place in a row for Wolsal?
It could be actually, yeah.
It is the case.
Wow, what a great performance for Patrose then. But
So-
Wolsal can call himself lucky then.
Every time Patrose has won a race, Wolsal was P2.
incredible.
How close they are. It is how close they are. And
GG.
yeah, Patrose win the race. Wolsal will be our P2. Danik B.
I was calling it.
From Danik B. Yeah, but it's just because Shorty this
Yeah,
season-
true. I knew that.
I just yeah, he jinx or rigged. But yeah, Danny B, strong result for him, and it's great to see him score a good amount of points. Pisaker as well on P5, scoring a good amount of points. Sensei on P4, great result from Sensei, and on P6, Pigigante.
Very cool.
Great results as well. Pisaker, he has two turns to do. No mistake, please. For Pisaker, even though it would be great for Pigigante. Chadney 8 seconds behind. Here will finish his lap, and there we go. I think it was the last car on the track.
Yep.
Yeah, GG to pretty much everyone, even the one that have disconnected, crashed, or the DNF. It was a great race once again, but like kind of a boring one, like battling wise in terms of changing the lead. Because we didn't really have change of lead, right? It's pretty much turn 1. Patrose took the lead from Wolsal, and then never looked back.
True that. Patrose being so dominant and also making his way up into the lead again. You know, there was this one issue from Wolsal in that first lap where he was maybe wearing off his tires a bit too much. Yeah. And also look at that, 25 liters left in the tank. Maybe that's also a bit too much.
I wouldn't really call it an issue. It's like, just know, like, Wolsal is really aggressive with his tires, but like, look at the final liters he has in the tank for Wolsal. I mean, the difference between Patrose and Wolsal.
That's a lot.
Like, Patrose is at 8.1. And Wolsal is at 25, so it's nearly 20 liters more in the tank. And 20 liters, I think it's like around 10 to 12, even probably 15 seconds standing still on the pit box.
That's way less. It's like only
Way
like
less?
2 seconds. Yeah, it's
Really?
like tick,
Okay.
tick, 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 like for 5 liters.
I always feel like it's an eternity, to be honest. But yeah, like just 2 seconds is really a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And Wolsal would benefit from having a lot less fuel in the tank, to be honest.
And then also maybe the first lap where he was driving a bit more aggressive, something like that. But yeah, GG's to everyone. Yeah, Wolsal gets second behind Patrose. Great to see that. And yeah, thank you also Atypick for joining.
You're welcome.
I still have to do some things before I'm gonna release my documentary. And also thank you guys so much for watching today. Yeah, make sure to give us a follow on Twitter, on the socials, yeah? And I will see you guys in just some minutes. I have to quickly help my mom with setting up her PDF document, yeah? I'll be right back.
Okay. Bye.